How's it going, guys and gals? This is Advance Warrior here, and another month kind of went by a little fast for me. Another Pokemon Pocket set releasing for, this should be September. So I heard rumors. I don't pay attention to any leaks or anything, but this is like a Team Rocket themed set. Pokemon TCG Pocket Team Rocket's Ambition. So, like a broken record that I am, I saw some episodes of Pokemon, but I didn't actually play Pokemon in my childhoods. The only thing I remember about Team Rocket is like Jesse and James, I think. Team Rocket blasting off again. You know the gist. I don't know like anything about the whole organization and such. I think Giovanni is a relevant character in Pokemon. No, I mean in Team Rocket. Again, I haven't played the video games. I haven't paid too much attention to the show, but please forgive me. I will do my best to just try to review cards. I don't know anything about continuity or anything special about that. Again, I am very, very sorry. And let's not waste any more time, and let's get right to the trailer. Oh, I thought that was my actual my actual screen. Team Rocket's Ambition. That looks sick. Lapras. Houndour. Marowak. Thieving Machine. Ooh, Tinkaton. Master Plan. Arbok. Hypno. A new Mewtwo? And a Persian? Team Rocket's boss. And Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. That's a cool looking 3D art. Thursday, August 27th. All right, so that's interesting. I'm used to seeing like like region variants of some of the Pokemon, but now we have more like allegiance variants, if that's even the right term. Because like I've seen like Hisuian, Alolan, and all those other places that's probably already mentioned in Pocket, but yeah, I wonder if there's like any synergy with the Team Rocket name in particular. Makes me think of Yu-Gi-Oh, where the name of the Yu-Gi-Oh card is a part of like the active game rule. Like if it has a certain name, then yeah, if it has a certain name, then it's like, a part of the effect of the card or the synergies of the card. So we have Team Rocket's Lapras, 90 water, basic. If this Pokemon has more energy attached than your opponent's active Pokemon, this does 40 more damage. Okay, alright, so that's a start. I wonder what that Pokemon is that's like flying above this one. So it is one colorless. I just immediately thought of, like, if I was to make this card good, there was Mantike that could, like, ramp the energy. So if you're going first, then you will be kind of, like, ahead of your opponent with a baby Pokemon. If you're going second, you're going to be ahead energy-wise. But the fact that it's, like, one colorless definitely has ways to make this work. Now we have Team Rocket's Houndour. Oh, there's a... So, was the last one Articuno? The last one had... Oh. The last one had to be Articuno, right? Yeah, that has to be Articuno in the background. And then we have Moltres here with a Team Rocket's Houndour. Live Coal, 20 for 1. So, it just makes me think of like, because I'm pretty sure Houndour has evolutions. There's gonna probably be different variations of the evolution. It might be very specific, similarly to how there's Zoroark and Hisuian Zoroark. You can't like this guy here. You can't put a Hisuian Zoroark on a regular Zora. I don't know if this will be the same thing. Probably might. I can't remember. I think there's like a Lilligant card that didn't matter what the region name was. Okay, so I don't see like a bird in this one. Stage 1 Marowak 110. Punish if your opponent's active Pokemon has Team Rocket in its name. This attack does 70 more damage. Okay, that's kind of funny. Kind of funny. If everyone is like trying to play a lot of I'm trying to think. Everyone's trying to play a lot of Team Rocket cards, and you've got you've got this. That's hilarious, actually. Team Rocket's Thieving Machine. Put a random item card except any Team Rocket's Thieving Machine from your opponent's discard pile into your hand. Whoa. Alright, so we got some like flavor, like villainy stuff going on here. Opponent's discard pile and put it into your hand. So just thinking about common items. There's Pokeball. That's a big one. Rare Candy is also a big pull. If you're able to pull that, usually I see like more Pokeballs played than Rare Candy. So it's a very low likelihood that Rare Candy is going to be the only card in your opponent's deck. And then there's Lucky Eyes Pop, which is also a really good one. If they're running X speed, maybe. And then there's like some that might not synergize with yours. Like, I was literally just thinking of an item that's like, oh, Quick Growth Extract. Yeah. Your opponent's running grass. You pull a Quick Growth Extract. You're not playing grass. And yeah, it's going to be awkward. I don't see this being a very powerful item. There is a Rotom EX in the last set where it has item synergy, so that could probably see play in that kind of deck. And we have a, what is this, Illustration Rare? Illustration Rare Team Rocket's Tinkaton evolves from Team Rocket's Tinkatuff. Okay, so I don't think there's going to be any like intercrossing evolutions. She looks exhausted. What the heck even happened here? Pile Driving Hammer does 80 during your opponent's next turn. Attacks used by the defending Pokemon cost 2 more, and its retreat cost is 2 more as well. Oh man. Oh, this seems kind of fun and annoying. There's that Team Rocket Grunt card where you just remove energy from your opponent. Oh shoot. Oh man, they brought back Team Rocket Grunts. Again, it's not always going to pay off, but if you do get at least one, oh, your opponent's going to be so upset. Stage 2. 2 metal, 1 colorless energy, so 3 is a bit on the, you're kind of pushing it. And for 80, I mean, you probably can get away with it, because like your opponent can't retreat, your opponent can't attack, most likely. So yeah, obviously some Dialga Orthworm synergy with this Pokemon. I do like the look of Tinkaton, honestly. I have like a shiny Tinkaton and a the rainbow art Tinkaton in my collection. Looks really cool. Just like, it's not a Pokemon I think about, but when I see it, I'm like, oh dang, it's really cool. It's a cute color and it's got a giant hammer. Oop, I moved too fast. Team Rocket's Master Plan. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Flip a coin. If tails, your active Pokemon is now also confused. Yikes. Okay, so again, we've seen a lot of confused cards. Oh, there's also a lot of cards in the back that we most likely have not yet seen. or maybe there's just some copies because I see Tink, whatever here, Tink, yeah, up there. So yeah, we just see Confuse a lot. I believe Confuse is they can attack, but if they flip tails and they can't do anything. You're running like a Psychic or Grass, because like Psychic you got Comfy. Ogerpon is Grass, but you don't need Grass energy to nullify your own status conditions. It just doesn't feel like there's a lot of like synergy with Confuse, which again is just all by a coin flip. Sleep has synergy, and it's actually been really strong for quite a while. There's also Poison synergy. Got Poison Barb, Nihilego. I can't think of anything that's like status condition, do another thing. Not for Confuse. Not yet, at least. But I can see this. This is basically like a guaranteed confusion. And you should be fine if you're running like a Comfy or Norgopon. Alright, Arbok. Shadow Seeker. This attack does 10 more damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. Ooh, okay, so it's almost like a Whimsicott. And then there's like that spider that increases the retreat cost of your opponent. But that's Grass. This is also 3. You can ramp up the colorless energy, so you need 2 dark, and there's not any real dark ramp in the game yet, so it's just like another one of those cards with really cool art. Team Rocket's Hypno, Psychic 90, Stage 1, and Trap. Switching one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. If you do, this attack does 50 damage to the new active Pokemon. Ooh, okay, hold on. So, it doesn't say that your opponent chooses. Ooh. Sabrina, I would say, is like a strong card, but not insane because it's not a boss's order. If you don't know boss's orders in the Pokemon TCG, the official one, is like you can literally just pull any bench Pokemon into the active spot. Cyrus is nearly the same thing, but it's not too hard to damage the bench, and Cyrus is like a great finisher. You see it in like almost 100% of decks. But yeah, this is literally allowing you to choose any Pokemon. This is like a boss's orders on a body, except it ends your turn, and it is at least doing 50. So, you combine this with like ways to prevent your opponent from retreating, or it's like an entrap where like you start something. It is a stage 1 to Psychic, which isn't difficult to ramp up with like Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir, that one basic Pokemon that would put Psychic energy to your bench. I forgot the name of it. It's like a car something. Could be wrong, but this feels a bit scary because it's you pull in whatever you want and you deal damage to it, and if it doesn't heal and retreats back to the bench, then it just basically enabled Cyrus. I can potentially see this in certain types of decks where yeah, playing a Mega Pokemon feels a bit scary looking at this card. Has a retreat cost of 2, but there's always Peculiar Plaza that reduces the Psychic Pokemon's retreat cost by 2. So you have that stadium in play. I really do feel like this could be like a decently strong control card. It just needs the right amount of support and the other decks that could help out with it. Team Rocket's Mewtwo does 100. And Psychic Explosion does 70 to itself. Ouch. Cool art, though. I hope this is one of the cards that gets a illustration rare. 130 for 3. Interesting. I mean, it's not terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I remember when I was playing Mewtwo EX and Gardevoir, and it just always felt like, 4 was a little slow to get to. Maybe just like off the top of my head, you just have like, you go second, you can attach 1 energy. Next turn, you're able to get Gardevoir online. Regular Gardevoir, you can attach Gardevoir to that. You can attach energy to Mewtwo, attach another energy from your zone. It can already do 130. And it's not an EX, so if your opponent kills it, it's only 1 point. Huh. That is interesting, though. Something I definitely want to try. Mewtwo's iconic, in my opinion. Tree cost of 2. Again, Peculiar Plaza can fix that. Persian from Team Rocket's Meowth. Dangerous Row. What's the retreat cost? Just 1? Okay. This attack does 40 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Ooh, 40? So for 2 colorless, your opponent has a full bench. Is that 130? Oh, that's scary. It is a stage 1, 2 energy. It's not going to like immediately come online, but when it's evolved, then yeah, it can definitely do some damage. Alright, so they're showing us this I'm very certain this is Giovanni. Full art supporter. Can't remember the last time they did something like this, but that looks cool. Team Rocket's boss, which I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure it's Giovanni, but they can't call it Giovanni because Giovanni already exists, and he just does plus 10 damage for everything. A little bit outclassed with like stuff like the training area, and dark types have like Deceptive Needle that also just does a plus 10. Flexible for like Oricorio counters if your Pokemon does 60. Maybe that little 10 you need to like help finish off Pokemon. And the difference of 10 actually isn't that small in pocket, in my opinion. So let's see what this one does. Look at your opponent's hand and put any number of basic Pokemon you find there onto your opponent's bench. Ooh. Okay, this is Boss's Orders Light. This is Boss's Orders layer number 2. So obviously that Persian card that we saw earlier can synergize with that. You also get to look at your opponent's hand, which I think is really nice. There's also, I can't believe I actually lost to this. There's an old item. It's some kind of flute. It pulls a basic Pokemon from your bench. No, from your discard pile to the bench. Your opponent's Pokemon. And like they would swap it in with like a Sabrina or like a Repel, and that one giant, like let's say Mega Pokemon or EX that's pretty healthy that you use to be like your last stand, and you don't put anything on your bench because you don't want anything to be swapped. They just play the flute, they swap my Pokemon, and they got the final point to win. And it kind of hurt when I lost that way. I can see this doing that as well. Also, maybe Suicune EX? Or like the same strategy where your opponent has a big Pokemon and they do not want it to be swapped around because they will lose the game if they put anything on their bench. And the fact that you get to see your opponent's hand, I think, is also good. But this feels more like a late game card for it to be super effective. So there possibly may not be much in your opponent's hand that would help you, win the game based off of information. You're probably going to win the game if you have some kind of way to like pull damage or like pull Pokemon from the bench directly. Or if the opponent's Pokemon is like a basic. You could play Team Rocket's boss and then repel, and you most likely could win the game from that. But yeah, you're definitely going to need to swap in another Pokemon. So like if you want to get it on the active, then you gotta like find another way to do it because you already played your supporter this turn. But yeah, it's a bit terrifying. And now we have the legendary birds. Did I see Zapdos anywhere in the previous card? I apologize. Team Rocket's Articuno. Oh, this one's weak to metal. I think it's like ice. And like obviously metal like can break ice. Team Rocket's Articuno EX. Ice Wing for 40. Hailstorm. This attack also does 20 damage to each of your own bench Pokemon. Ooh. Oh dear. Oh, okay. So you don't want to put anything on your bench, I guess. Or maybe you do. Like that one that Palo Sand card or a Mimikyu and you play Ace Rolla. That's funny. Team Rocket Zapdos, Electro Ball, Thunderclaw. This attack also does 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on it. Ooh, nice. I just want to make sure I read that last card correctly. Each of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so Hailstorm, Friendly Fire. This one is, you know, you got stuff like, there's like Greninjas. Maybe if your opponent starts with a different Pokemon, you get some chip damage on it. Then this can kind of pop off from there. Sorry about that. And Team Rocket's Moltres. Heat Charge. Flip 3 coins. For each head, produce a new fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Alright. And then you discard a fire energy from this Pokemon. Alright, so Articuno does 10 to the opponent's bench. Zapdos. What the hell does Zapdos do? I actually forgot. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. While I pull up Zapdos, I'm going to talk about Moltres. Moltres is the same thing, kind of. But it's more selfish, I guess. Instead of trying to put fire energy on your bench, you're putting fire energy on the Pokemon itself. And I actually can open a pack in Pocket right now. Not going to do that. Okay, so Zapdos EX. Flip 4 coins, and then does 50 damage for each head. Okay, so I prefer this one more than the original one. Though the original one has 1 energy, and it can do Peck for 20, and then it can do Thundering Hurricane. So it's not going to get the chance to do Chip itself, most likely, because, again, it's 2 energy. And Moltres is, like I said, selfish version of the other Moltres, where instead of giving it to your bench, you're giving it to yourself. And then you can discard an energy from this Pokemon. But, again, it's fire. Fire has Flame Patch. And Flame Patch is a very good item. That's also another item that if you use that Team Rocket's tool on, if you pull it, you're not running fire, you're in trouble. But, yeah, that would be interesting. Like, find ways to sustain it. There's also the Skeledirge that can, like, boost the attack of it. Skeledirge, like, discards its own energy, and then you can, like, Flame Patch an energy with the Moltres. And that's probably an idea. Maybe like Entei, although I feel like Moltres you might want to, with Moltres you might want to, you know, lead off with it. But, yeah, I genuinely thought my computer was like freaking out. But nope, it's like legitimately how the how the video goes. And yeah, so just like, I guess, like continuity wise, it's kind of cool. Again, I'm not like playing Pokemon personally. Continuity I'm very unfamiliar with, but these are some like cool, interesting cards. That Hypno card with Entrap is probably the most eye-opening one. Mewtwo, again, I just like Psychic, and Dark. And then like the Team Rocket's boss, obviously really scary combos. Articuno, again, hurts itself, probably some synergy there. Thunderclaw I do like, and the Heat Charge Netherwing, again, you did anything with like discard fire, you should be fine, because Flame Patch. There was that Eradicate, was that the name? And the I don't know these names. I don't know these Pokemon names. I feel like I should. I know I got a lot of people like, how do you not know this? I'm sorry, I just don't. I live under a rock. I grew up under a rock. This right here, you probably don't even, some people probably don't even know this game if they don't watch my channel. Not talking about Fire Emblem, I'm talking about like what's in between all the Fire Emblem stuff. But yeah, yeah, that Entrap is gonna be fun. And if you're gonna try some like multi-color stuff, multi-energy stuff, we did get Rainbow Cave from the last set, but that felt more akin to dragons. But if you're doing like dual stuff with fire, you probably got Flame Patch. That could help out with that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the cards. Looking forward to seeing what other decks, or like what decks will come out from this. And I also realized I haven't made a pocket video on Mega Rising, or no, Ruler of the Skies for, I haven't done it yet. I actually do have a lot of fun decks from that though. I'll see what I'll do. But guys and gals, I'm Advanced Warrior. You all, my warmest regards, and please take care.